every loom gets tied up differently. Some have a direct tie up, some which means that there is one treadle for every single harness, and then that means that you'll have to use 2 feet if you want to use 2 harnesses. Some use Texsolve. I know that the shacked looms will use Texsolve. I'm not sure what the Leclerc ones use. Some will use chains to tie these up. My Macombers use a metal hook. This hook slides into a treadle and turns, and that actually is what allows it to lift up and be pressed down. This hook goes over top of the lamb, so you can see how that actually functions. So you've got the hook underneath, and then when you press it down, it pulls the lamb down. So we're going to tie up our treadles now, and I have printed off the tie up. It is the very top part of the spreadsheet. So this is the tie up that we're going to use. I'm using all 8 harnesses. Sorry, I'll bring that closer. I'm using all 8 harnesses, but only 4 treadles. Because of that, I'm going to use these 4 treadles. They are in the center. I like to use the center. Some people like to use opposites, so they'll use this one, and then they'll use this one, and then they'll use this one, and then they'll use this one. I have a method using my homemade little weaving shoes so that I can feel what's happening. And so I like to have my treadles close together so that I can very quickly move from one to the other, like so. So we're going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4, these. And this one is the center-ish. These 2 are the center. So we're going to use this one as 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So looking at the pattern, or the tie-up draft, on the first treadle, I need harness 8, 6, 4, and 1. I'm going to start from the back, and I'm going to move forward. Okay, so 8, 6, 4, and 1. To find these, for me, some people will actually tilt their loom backwards so that they have a better visual. I have a dog snoring in the background. You can probably hear her. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my hands, and I'm going to find the final harness, which is 8. And I'm going to pull down the lamb. I'm going to put the hook into the treadle, move it back. I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to place it on there. And as I let the lamb go, it lifts up the treadle. Next one, that was harness 8. I'm going to find 6. 8, 7, 6. And I'm going to pull harness 6 down. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. Oh, that one went on really, really easy. So one of the issues that I've heard people say that they have with the Macomber hooks is that they come off too easy. So you squeeze them. Make them tighter. It's not that hard. 8, 7, 6. Pull that down. Yes, and now it's tight. So it's not going to just slide off or bounce off. And now we need 4, and just so that I make sure that that's not going to come off, I'm just going to squeeze it to begin with. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pull down on 4. And you know that it's a good squeeze if you have to do that to put it on. And then 1. I'm going to squeeze that in. I'm going to pull down on 1. And hook that on. So now when I press down on this treadle, all 4 lambs are pulled down. Okay? We're going to do the same thing with the next one. Now, the next one on the sheet says 1, 2, 5, and 7. Okay, so we've already done this first column. We're going to do the second column. So 1, 2, 5, and 7. Same exact thing. We're going to find 7, pull it down, hook the treadle, and set it down. We're going to do the same thing here. 5, 7, 6, 5. Alright, and you know there's 5 because there's nothing hooked onto it. Because 7 has something now and 6 has something now. So we're on the right track. So moving my hand out so you can see it. Pull it down, lift it up. And now I need 1 and 2. 2 is easy to see. As is, fun part about the hooks, they like to hook onto each other. Alright, as is 1. Pull down on 1 and hook it. Now you can also, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I've got some metal marks so you can actually see where the approximate location of them. But you want them as solidly up and down as you can. So treadle 3 is 2, 3, 6, and 8. So starting from the back, we're going to find harness 8 again. And hook that. It still seems loose. Just squeeze that just a little bit more. And if you don't have very strong fingers, you can go ahead and use a pliers to squeeze that if you need to. If you have a shaft, that's easy enough. You'll start from the front, and you'll lift the treadle, and you actually just kind of slide them into the back, and they slide into the slot. So that is one of the things that I do like about the shacks, and I'm still trying to figure out how to appropriately do this. Use something like the TexSolve to replace the hooks. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, which is kind of funny because I've had these looms for years now. I still haven't gotten around to it. Okay, so that was 8. We're on 6. 8, 7, 6. And we know that it's 6 because you can see that one has come down at the same time. And hook that on. And we need 3 and we need 2. So squeeze that. 1, 2, 3. And 2. And for the last one, we need 7, 5, 4, and 3. So we're going to squeeze those down. There's 7. I hook it in. I lift it up. 5, 8, 7, 6, 5. And you know it's 5 because that one was also 5. And lo and behold, it's there. Yay. If you don't have a problem bending over and then back up and then bending over and then back up, which I do, you could also press down on the treadles and then look up and make sure that the ones that you've requested are actually being lifted appropriately. So now we need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull down on 4. Give her a good hook. And 3. Squeeze it. 1, 2, 3. Pull down on 3. Alright, we'll hold it over here. And slide it down. We are hooked up. What's fun is when I have all of these treadles in use. I usually use these as plain weave, and then I have all of these treadles up and running and hooked up, and it usually takes me a good 5 minutes after I get them done to be able to straighten my back and sit up again. But again, some people will tilt their looms so that they can actually do all of this from an upright or relatively upright position. I have never been able to actually do that without destroying something. My back, my hardwood floor, the loom slips. I don't know. There's always some issue. But we are tied up now, and we are ready to start separating the warp and then weaving.